Welcome to our all-new series, The Carnivore Kitchen, where we will indulge you in amazing meals and delicacies that are none other than carnivore. Where our presenter is none other than Shannon Richardson, owner and operator of the Lion's Share Meal Prep and Catering Company. I'm your host, Dr. Victoria Munoz. You're not going to want to miss this episode. Stay tuned. Well, today we're joining Shannon to make that amazing sauce for the meatloaf that we saw in our last episode. So I'm going to let Shannon take it from here.
Today we're going to go ahead and prepare that lovely brown gravy sauce that we made in a previous episode where we made the meatloaf and we put it on top, and it was absolutely wonderful and scrumptious and velvety and good. So we're going to give that a shot today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have a medium to smaller size saucepan right here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add some bone broth to that. It's always great, extra added punch of protein to go along with that, with the bone broth, excuse me. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add that to the saucepan. This is approximately 14 to 16 ounces, or at least 2 cups. And this will yield enough for about 4 people. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn that sucker right up onto high. We're going to let that start to get a little bit warm. Now, I also like to go ahead and add my seasonings at this point. Right here, I have the herbes de Provence. And so we're going to add approximately 2 teaspoons to start. And then we're going to also season as we go. I'm not going to add any salt until we go towards the end. It's kind of like if you were to make, well, this is carnivore, so once upon a time, if you were to ever make beans, you want to make sure that if you're making beans, you don't add salt until the very end. Same process here. You don't want to intensify the flavor of the salt, and then it becomes a salty mess, and you just won't want to eat that. So I'm going to add, right now, I'm going to add these 2 teaspoons right now of the herbes de Provence. Let it sit there. More to come. Now, I'm deviating from my usual. There are exceptions, of course, to every rule, and this exception is that this time I'm going to go ahead and use xanthan gum. I don't know if it's the weather here or the humidity, but unfortunately with gelatin, it's just not staying together and creating the viscousness that I want or the thickness that I want for the gravy. So I'm going to choose to add xanthan gum. It's not normal. I don't usually do it, but we're going to do it this time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the xanthan gum. Now, it's approximately 1/4 of a teaspoon per cup. So I'm going to add 2 of them here. This is also a little unorthodox as well, that in the sense that I'm adding it right now. Usually, instead of applying it to the sauce right away or to our broth right away, as you can tell, it kind of gets a little bit lumpy here. Usually we would want to blend it, and we wouldn't want to necessarily whisk it. You can get a little bit of an extra frothy texture with that, but if you don't mind it, that's okay. Can still be a little lumpy. So we're going to wait for it to warm up a little bit. And as it warms up and warms through, we're going to continue to whisk. And then the xanthan gum will continue to thicken, and it'll no longer stay on the surface. We're incorporating the air through the whisk, and it'll create a viscosity that we're looking for. All right, now as you can tell here, we've gone ahead and heated that sauce up and thickened it down and reduced it down. This is probably about maybe a cup's worth, and it's pretty thick. So you can do 2 things at this point. You can either add some more broth to thin it out, you can add water, or you can go ahead and do what I do, which is to float it with some heavy cream. And this, you usually just start with at least 1/4 cup, but in this instance, I'm going to go with half. I'm just going to go ahead and mix it around. It's going to lighten the color of the sauce and also create that beautiful, lovely, velvety texture. It's adding a little bit of extra fat to the process. And along with this sauce, you can go ahead and do a couple of different things. You can add some extra fat if you want to it. So you can add some butter, which creates a little bit of extra glossiness to it. You can also add ingredients like, for example, extra flavor. So you can add bacon. It was in some of the testings that we've done. We've done some bacon where we've molded it into a pulp and we've kind of fried it, and then we've utilized the bacon fat as well as the bacon to create more flavor. It's just something different to taste. So, and here we are. So we've gotten there, and as you can see, the lumps are gone, but because we've let it cook on the bottom just a little bit, some of that brown bit goodness or fond on the bottom of the pan has come up, which is great to me. I absolutely love it. The brown bits are my favorite. And the sauce is a little bit lighter. It's okay. It's just because of the added cream. And like I said, you want your sauce a little bit more brown gravy-ish to give you that down-home feeling. Less cream, or no cream. Or no cream is fine too. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute or two and cool down just a little bit so that it's not lava in our mouths when we taste it. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this over a lovely piece of high protein meat, and we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. Okay. All right, so I have our wonderful carnivore meatloaf right here. I'm gonna go ahead and add this wonderful succulent sauce. Pretty viscous and yet beautiful and velvety. Just gonna ladle it on. Ladle it on. Beautiful, beautiful. There we are.
So this is the same meal that we tried in the last episode, except today we're emphasizing the sauce. So once again, we're going to try it. And of course, every time you make a sauce, it's probably going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one we floated a little more cream, so might be a little bit more on the dairy side. Not bad. No, not too bad.
That's good. Yeah, it is a little creamier than the one that we tasted last week.
Not as deep.
But amazing nonetheless.
Yep. Absolutely good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So good. I end up eating an entire meatloaf on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, that Chef Shannon approved.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
5 stars, dude.
Oh, that one's not bad. So,
all right, guys. So thanks for joining us today. I am Dr. Victoria Munoz. This is Shannon, and we will see you next time. Oh,
do what? Diddy dump diddy do.
Nay.
So today we're going to go ahead and do that wonderful brown gravy sauce that we saw on top of the meatloaf in the last episode, or one of the previous episodes. And so
last episode.
So this time.
Wait. So say that again.
Okay. Oh no, that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the recipe for the brown gravy sauce today, which we did in the last episode. This is a little bit of a different and a little deviation.
Wait, say that again, because we didn't do it in the last episode. You just put it over the meatloaf that you did in the last episode.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the brown gravy that we applied.
You know, I put the bloopers at the end of these videos, right?
I'm fine with that.
Start watching.
I'm fine with that.
You never know
what you're gonna do.
You never know what I'm gonna do.
Next thing you know.
That's what I do to people. I put bloopers at the end. If they don't pay attention, they don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, extra added. Those are for the super secret friends that come join us afterwards.
Right. So watch to the end.
We know you're real hardcore then. Horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're one of these people that's only watching it for a minute and a half, then you better give the program watch the whole damn episode.
Get real.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing with your life?
That's right.
So, okay. Today we're going to go ahead and make that brown gravy that we apply. Okay, today we're going to go ahead and make that very good brown gravy sauce that we had on the last.
No, don't say very good. No, don't say that. Just say that amazing.
That amazing. That fabulous. Oh God, Jesus.
That's what happens
okay.
when she only gets 2 hours sleep.
2 hours of sleep. Okay. Come on, Shannon, get it together.
Come on, Shannon, you got
Stop
this. You
wasting
got
time.
this.
Stop wasting time. So today we're going to go ahead and prepare that lovely.
Do that again. Take 20.
At least we weren't saying anything.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us today. I am Dr.